Right, I think one of the challenges mainly is to do with accessing support. One of the things that me and tried to do is to get aids and equipment, because I was struggling with standing up for long periods, which is part of the problem. She has back pain, and we asked for an assessment. We were told by the CAB, ask for an assessment by social services, and that they have equipment available and so on that you can access. So we did, we phoned up and arranged an assessment, but it was a bit awkward because when the lady came round to, well, we waited about 6 months to do an assessment, and then when the lady did come round to do the assessment, all she could talk about was about us moving house and stuff, and like where we were living wasn't suitable, and because we're on the first floor and all this kind of thing. And we weren't interested in moving house, we just wanted some help with equipment. Anyway, at the end it worked out that we couldn't get any help with equipment because we didn't fit the criteria. So it was a bit annoying and frustrating because we wasted 6 months waiting around to try and get something, and then the other thing, that when the assessment happened, we wasted her time and that as well, because she could have been out doing things with other, supporting other people. Or
it's when you go to an appointment, they're not understanding receptionists and doctors. They're not understanding, they don't think of you, they may say things to you and you completely, or you may say something to them. They don't listen to you. They don't take any notice. They tend to take the mickey, but to them it's not. But to you it is, because they're not listening, especially when you know they're not listening to you. I get really annoyed because I'll ask simple things like I can't eat cheese, so I'll say, oh, can I have cheese for tea? Oh yeah, of course you can. Then, they're not listening, they're just ignoring you.
Well, one of my challenges was when I've been out to work, when I've just come out to work to get on to recover from being redundant from work. And it was very hard to where to go next because I was having problems with which way to turn. It weren't easy when I went out to work.
It's like I had problems last week with court, the man do get on at me, and that because you weren't listening to what I was saying. She took it up. Another thing, she kept saying I wanted to kill myself. I said I wanted to be with my mum, but social service puts that down. I'm not going to kill myself, I want to kill for my mum, because they're not listening to me, and I knew my mum did, and they went to get yelling at me, and then they took the tablets off me because they said, we can't let you have tablets, you're going to kill yourself. But I had no intention of killing myself, but because I got that all et up, my words got all muddled up,
and I've had some good advice from Your Sport, Your Choice, Lancashire Mind, and other advice. Now I'm a lot wiser than I was.
Well, I feel comfortable with my doctor. It's because I've been seeing him for like 3-4 years now, and he's got to know me, and it's just I just feel really comfortable being with him and that. And plus, we're being with my doctor's being a Christian practice, and if we have any problems, we can always put a prayer request in, and they'll pray for us and that. But my doctor is absolutely fantastic. And if you're on to speak to him, you can go in and just make an appointment to speak to him and that, and just if I'm having a problem with my depression and my anxiety, he sits down and talks to me and makes me feel like a normal person.
To let doctors know that mental health, which I'm focusing on here, mental health it's actually it's a fragile thing. It's not like having a broken leg or something like that. you know, some scars take longer to heal. They need to take it more seriously. I find that some doctors don't take it seriously enough.
Well, it's be able to get people to understand you. Like if you're going doctors and the reception, it's hard for personally with learning difficulties.
I think they should have more training. There should be a room with somebody who knows about the person's disabilities and learning difficulties, and they should have places where they learn how to study and train, because I don't think there's enough.
Of course, it'd be more important if you done by one with a person with learning difficulties, because we know what we're saying. They need to understand that we are people, we are like you and the woman across the ward. Just that we may take a long time to understand, and for you to listen to me, not just ignore me. You know, I might be talking a lot, and they're saying, why didn't you say that the first time? But I am saying it, but I might have got to go a long way around.